Hello, thank you very much, Rui, for inviting me to moderate this very strategic session that we have regarding the future naval forces. And we have huge challenges ahead of us, I think. We will have a couple of discussions here with the Portuguese Navy, with also Synapse, the R&D branch of the Portuguese Navy, and two of the major integrators that we have in Portugal, namely Naval Force and West Sea from Estaleiros Navais Viana. Currently, we are in a point in time where Portugal wants to expand the economic zone that we have, the exclusive economic zone, the EEZ, and this will multiply by many the responsibility at sea that we need to take into consideration. So there are a couple of challenges that we are seeing in the future. And one of the discussions that we will have here in this panel is exactly regarding the capabilities of the Portuguese institutions, including not only the armed forces, but also R&D institutions and the industry itself on how to manage this for the next period. And we are talking about several years, from 10, 15, 20 years, that we need to have the capability installed, maintain it, and evolve it. We will have some strategic presentation from Admiral Antonio Coelho from the Portuguese Navy, showing us a little bit about the current way to go on the strategy on these topics. Commander Jorge Garrincha from the Synapse will also present us a little bit on what's the novelties that not only at operations but at technical level they are expecting to evolve over the next few years. We will have Commander Director Bruno Pica from Naval Force, one of the oldest shipyards that we have in Portugal. So I think it would be very interesting to know their capabilities and their capacities. And we will have Renata Mourim from West Sea, that are one of the biggest shipyards in the country, and they are also focused on a lot of these topics, for the naval forces that we want to go into the future. I think we are still waiting a little bit for Admiral Antonio Coelho, if I'm not mistaken. He was having some troubles with the connection, so I think we should wait a little bit more. But the idea is that Admiral Antonio will work with us in order to explain a little bit the strategy on the Portuguese Navy and so on. So I think he is already joining us. So Admiral, I know that you are a little bit under stress related with your connection, but I think you are on and we are able to see your presentation.
Am I on now?
Yes, I think so. If you can share your screen with us, it would help to guide the discussion. Thank you.
I think I'm sharing my screen.
Yes, we are seeing it. So please go ahead and try to make us some enlightenment about the challenges that lie ahead for the future naval force of Portugal.
Okay, thank you. Good afternoon. I'm Vice Admiral Antonio Cândido, and I'm the responsible for the management of the Navy material. I would like to salute my fellow panelists, the participants, and to congratulate AED on this much welcome webinar. Thank you for the opportunity to say a few words. The coming challenges for the Navy are related to a maritime environment more diverse and complex. We are confronting a rapidly evolving security landscape. Currently, we can observe threats from non-state armed groups, such as maritime terrorism, arms proliferation, trafficking, irregular migration and piracy, but also the effort carried out by some political and economic actors competing for oceanic resources, which led to the occupation of areas that until now were considered international waters, creating and increasing tensions that didn't exist until the recent past. As a reminder, over 90% of consumer goods reach the West by sea, and 99% of information runs through submarine communication cable. Our Navy operates in this complex environment, independently, in alliance or coalition, ensuring the use of sea and the defense of national and collective interests. For that, it needs to be able to transiting from one crisis or contingency to another, to have timely and viable options and supportability of its assets throughout the life cycle. In short, to be flexible, ready, and resilient. These are the main projects. I think you are listening to me, yes?
Yes,
Hello?
we are.
Yes.
You can continue.
Okay. I thought this were freezing, but no. Okay, thank you.
No, typically we are in mute not to create more disturbances on the sound.
Okay. These are the main projects foreseen in the military procurement law, which constitute a strong incentive for national industry, namely the OPV, the AOR Plus, the modernization of Vasco da Gama class frigates, the new generation of frigates, the fast patrol boat, and unmanned systems. These projects represent, in the long term, a balanced approach, allowing a more stable planning for industry. Therefore, national industry may adopt a medium and long-term capacity planning. The OPV Batch 3 project is one of the main projects included in the military procurement law. The future OPV will have modular capabilities that will add flexibility in operational employment, with special emphasis on mine warfare, underwater surveillance, for projection and intelligence gathering. The decommissioning of our auxiliary oiler replenishment has created a significant operational drawback to the oceanic capability of the fleet. Thus, the acquisition of a replacement ship with increased logistical capabilities, the AOR Plus, is paramount for the Navy. We expect to have the ship operational by 2028. The modernization of the Vasco da Gama class frigates will solve logistical obsolescence, maintain interoperability, and update capacities, especially those of anti-submarine warfare. For this project, a market analysis has been already carried out in order to define the modernization cost per ship and the corresponding level of ambition. Further, it will be evaluated the number of ships to modernize within the financial envelope, privileging a significant involvement of national industry and taking advantage of synergies from other Navy projects. Still in this context, the beginning of the next generation frigates project is planned for 2028, which will guarantee the sustainability of the surface oceanic capacity for another 40 years, replacing the Vasco da Gama and Bartolomeu Dias class frigates. These ships will have capacities in the three warfare environments, but with a special focus on anti-submarine warfare. The Navy operates 9 small ships, less than 200 tons, projected mainly for state authority at sea missions. We foresee the need for replacement of these ships in the near future. The development and employment of maritime unmanned systems could increase effectiveness and efficiency in crucial areas, such as detecting and clearing naval mines, finding and tracking submarines, and enabling maritime intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance. The Portuguese Navy has a background of more than 15 years on the development of unmanned vehicles, and the improvement in operational use of unmanned technologies will be one of our first priorities. Our next step is to turn our naval facilities in Troia, which have access to riverine, coastal, and oceanic environments, into an accredited Naval Operational Experimentation Center. All these steps are being done looking into the future, a future where we will be able to provide the right conditions to our academia, to our industry, and also to our partners, so that we can together embrace technological innovation head on. In 2017, the European Council adopted a decision establishing permanent structured cooperation, enabling EU member states to work more closely together in area of security and defense. The Portuguese Navy has recently strengthened the participation in this instrument, with the leadership of the Maritime Unmanned Anti-Submarine System project, which addresses an important EU capability development priority related to the underwater capability. Development, it aims to develop key assets for anti-submarine warfare with potential impact on the coherence of European capability landscape and the output with NATO. Portugal is willing to enhance future synergies and collaboration between this project and other PESCO projects, such as the Maritime Awareness Systems Mine Countermeasure and the Harbour and Maritime Surveillance and Protection, creating a cluster which may have a multiplier effect regarding the involvement of national defense industry. 21st century navies still have the traditional requirements, but they also seek for sustainable capability enablers, bringing high added value to the operator, the industry, and the national and global economy. The transformation needed is possible via the large and complex defense programs, but has to be made focusing on customers' value deliverables in a capacity-enabled approach, providing an integrated through-life support to the ships and its systems. Our main partner for ships maintenance is the Naval Force shipyard, though it is critical to improve its capacities and evolve to a network capability-based approach. Our Navy has contributed through partnerships with the industry to the development of new solutions and technologies applied to the maritime domain, already with expression internationally, as the close collaboration with EID concerning integrated communication systems, or with Edisoft on combat systems, radars, simulation, and logistics support, or with critical software on decision support systems. Finally, I would like to share with you what we expect to be the most significant future trends in maritime domain. First, the cyberspace. Any future attack will start through the cyber domain and will block the command and control ability, disabling any quick response. Thus, cyber resilience will have a key role. Second, the unmanned system. As said before, due to their low cost and low level of human risk, it is expected a great dissemination of these systems. Last but not least, the artificial intelligence, especially its partner of autonomous systems, and its use in the fields of maritime situational awareness and maintenance prediction. The Portuguese Navy will follow very closely these trends, trying to explore them and mitigate the associated risks. Thank you for your attention. For now, I'm looking forward to the discussion ahead. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Admiral. I think it was a very interesting presentation. For sure, we will have questions later on regarding some of the strategy and some of the points that maybe the Portuguese industry is able to help. I would pass now to Mr. Bruno Pica, that will present us. Sorry. I will pass now for Commander Jorge Garrincha, that will explain to us a little bit what the Synapse, so the R&D Center of the Portuguese Navy, is working on, and that will also feed in some of these technologies and trends that Admiral just mentioned regarding cybersecurity, artificial intelligence, and unmanned vehicles for this challenge. So I would request Commander Jorge Garrincha to start his presentation, such that we can.
I don't know if I shared the screen already.
Yes, we are already seeing it. Just please press F5 to see it in full screen mode.
I'm trying. Okay. Now it's over.
Now it should.
Oh, it's okay.
It's okay to everybody.
Okay.
The floor is yours.
Okay. Good afternoon. I am Commander Jorge Garrincha. I am now the director of the Portuguese Navy Research Center. And first of all, and on behalf of the Admiral Commander of the Portuguese Naval Academy, I would like to thank for the invitation for this conference and salute all those who are present in this conference. Hoping this small presentation will clarify some aspects of the proposed theme and hoping it will be a bridge for future developments. The challenge that was initially proposed to me was Navy strategic research and development efforts promoting value creation. However, I took the liberty of heading challenges for a research center. And in fact, it would be more correct if it would be challenges for a small research center. I will try to explain later what this means. Synapse was created 10 years ago. Navy Research Center located at the Portuguese Naval Academy. However, it changed. Today, Synapse is much more the Portuguese Naval Academy Research Center that also supports Navy research and development. There are therefore two vectors of action which complement and interact. Promote and support research and development at the Naval Academy, such research and development activities of a faculty and cadets, master thesis of cadets, laboratory support, and so on. And also coordinate and supervise research and development activities throughout the Navy. That means that we try to coordinate, and we support all the research and development, that is not coordinated by the Hydrographic Institute. Obviously, we always try to take advantage of the synergies of these both vectors of action. But what are in fact the Navy areas of interest? This is closely related with the Navy mission. The Portuguese Navy mission aims to contribute and guarantee the use of the sea according to Portugal interests. These statements summarize the action of the Navy so that the sea can create value, make implicit a vast set of tasks that the Navy performs or contribute to in multiple plans. Fulfillment of the Navy mission is based on a set of key processes responsibly for the operational, scientific, and cultural products that is the institutional product of the Navy. And these are some areas of interest of the Navy. Our projection, patrol and surveillance, maritime authority, surface, pollution control, navigation heads, subsurface mines, so on, command and control. And it includes, obviously, military operations such as combating piracy, embargo and maritime interdiction missions, controlling the proliferation of weapons of mass destruction, or rescuing nationals from territories in conflict, maritime search and rescue actions, inspection of fisheries, support for the repression of maritime illicit activities in close collaboration with other state agents, and scientific research in support of the project to extend Portugal, the Portuguese continental platform, and cultural museological activities, among others. But how we, SINAV, are organized to assure research and development to such diverse areas of interest. We are organized, the answer to this question is on this slide. We are organized in 7 main areas of domain, of they are technological areas. We have signal processing, accomplishing underwater acoustics, telecommunications, mobile robotics, unmanned underwater surface, ground and aerial systems, decision support systems, including maritime situational awareness, geographic information systems, artificial intelligence and big data, maintenance engineering and management, condition-based management, vibration analysis, and so on, maritime history, age of discoveries and expansion, navigation, underwater archaeology, maritime strategy, naval health, and another group of research that is not included in those 7 main research lines that include cybersecurity, meteorology, energy materials, energetic materials, technological systems, leadership, and other technologies that are not included in the first seven areas. For this purpose, we have 147 researchers. We are now with 28 projects undergoing in our research center. And how is SINAV integrated in the internal and external context? Internal in terms of what SINAV is in the Navy, in the Portuguese Navy, and external to all those partners, including academia partners and industry partners. First of all, how we are included in the Navy. Nowadays, we can consider that there are 3 main actors that contribute to research and development. As I said before, Hydrographical Institute to all the sea sciences, SINAV to cover all the domains that are not covered by the Hydrographic Institute, and the third that is experimentation center that it is dedicated to the experimentation of technologies in the operational environment. Looking to this slide, we can say that CNAV goes to the TRL 6, but it can go further higher TRLs if it is necessary. And obviously, we are very interested in the cooperation with external partners. Why? Well, because it is part of our mission, partners in development. We are a small center in a small navy with obviously big responsibilities. As a result of this cooperation, researchers from SINAF have been involved in various research projects in the area of mobile robotics and decision support systems, either as participant or subcontracted entities of European Union funded projects. As principal investigators in the researchers of projects funded by the Portuguese National Science and Technology Foundation, or as principal investigators and researchers of projects funded by the Ministers of Defense. Some of these projects were very important in decisive with great impact on the Navy, of which I highlight only a few. I will only highlight a few projects that we were involved, so that we can understand what is really SINAF. We have projects in the area of the mobile robotic projects, mobile robotic, underwater vehicles, surface vehicles, the project Icarus, Eventus, Urbanize, aerial vehicles. Some examples, we started with the Albatross, some pictures of trying to land with an unmanned vehicle on a ship, a Portuguese ship. We have contribute to other projects, participate with other projects, Blue Eye, Oversea, Seagull, SADAP, IS, Intel, SafePort, mission planning, ELSIS 2020. The project Icarus, robotic technologies for search and rescue, operations in response to catastrophes. And Gamma X, another project developed with the collaboration of CNAV. Robonoise, a project that tries to accomplish the environment and monitoring with the autonomous vehicles. It was a first contact with the use of gliders. Autonomous deep sea platforms, very important project, and manned sailboats, much more in the context of the cadets work. Aerocibo, a project that is nowadays very important and where we put very effort in this project. Sabuvis, a project that we hope to continue in the next few months. The 3 different bionimetric underwater vehicles were constructed. We will continue to develop this project. And so, what are now the future challenges for SINAV? As I try to explain, SINAV is very focused on technologies. We look for the technologies that the AEDA identifies as may enable the future military capabilities, and looking for the current projects we are actually involved We may say that we must focus on some areas where there was and there is less effort. We identify the nanotechnology, smart complex materials, satellites, direct energy weapons, electronic warfare, countermeasures, energy generation and storage, and also, obviously, to continue the effort in all those areas where we in the past made our effort, as artificial intelligence, sensors, human immanency technologies, and communication systems. However, the biggest challenge seems to be the integration of systems and technology. And how can we may use this technology? This seems to us that is our main problem, the problem that we must address in the context of our research center. The main problem is integration. Many technology. One example. It was explained by the Admiral Coelho Cândido. It is the project, the initiative, the PESCO initiative, MUSAS, the Maritime and Manned Anti-Submarine Systems. That is an initiative that aims to develop and deliver an advanced command, control, and communication service architecture that is mainly that wants to address this big challenge: integration, the technology integration. So, how can a small research center promote value creation? First, let's look again the Synapse and all the others academic military research centers. This is a problem that is common to all research centers like Synapse, as we know. Small number of researchers, lack of critical mass in any given area. We have 7 lines of investigation, but only a few investigators, researchers in each line of investigation. Little scientific output, it's obviously. And obviously, we have a small number of students, a large number of, so Synapse is small. That's a problem, but we must address this problem as we can consider some advantage in some way. On the other hand, we have also, as we have seen, a great diversity of available technologies. It is not possible to wait for the industry to provide us with what we need, telling us what we need. We'll have to be able to know what we need, not only in terms of technologies, but essentially of its requirements and integration. And how can we do this? Well, the answer to this question is expertise. Being a Navy research center, Synapse profits from a very close proximity to the operational experience and expertise of the Navy in all operation fields, in particular in the fields of surveillance, security, and frontier integrity. Also, the Portuguese Navy operates the MFCC Lisbon, the Maritime Rescue Coordination Center, and it is responsible for conducting search and rescue operations in a large area of the North Atlantic. Besides the military duties of the Navy, which have included anti-piracy missions in the region of Somalia, the Portuguese Navy is also responsible for many state authority Tasks such as policing harbors and maritime areas, fisheries control, we have expertise. We know as research is conducted, and I think that's our principal role. We cannot substitute industry, obviously, but we can make part of the process of to make technology useful. So the answer to the question is expertise. How? Using research methodologies in order to support the decision, to support the definition of requirements, and obviously continue to looking for knowledge in our domains. Continue a constant search for factors that influence our area of interest. These are the three vectors we expect, and we think that is
The goal.
answer to this question.
The goal for the
for yes.
Okay, I think we already surpassed. It's the last slide, so
yes, last slide. Yes, I complete.
We already surpassed a little bit the time that we have planned, but I think it was very interesting. Let's pass now to Director Bruno Pica from Arsenal Dual Fate. Let's try to speed up a little bit for us to gain some minutes for have a larger discussion in the end. So please, Director Bruno Pico.
Okay. Good afternoon. Thank you very much for the invitation. My name is Bruno Pica. I'm Technical Director of Arsenal Dual Fate. It's a pleasure for me and on behalf of the board, the members of directors, to give you to say thank you for the invitation. And I will try to save some time. Let's speed up. Can you go to the next slide, please? So we just prepare a small summary, take in consideration the challenge that have been made to us, our strategic goals, opportunities, future perspectives. We go through all of them just to give you an idea about what we are doing and what we expect to do in the next upcoming years. Can you next slide, please? Okay, one of our strategic goals is to add value to the national economy. This is we have 5 strategic goals. I would say that this one is the most important one for us. We are deeply focused in add value. Whatever we do here or in Arsenal, everything should, all persons, all partners, we are focused on that. The other strategic goal is we focus is developing skills regarding the knowledge of our partners, our workers. We are focused on training, on permanent training, developing the skills in this industry. Of course, now the other one is increasing turnover, because we would like to grow. It's one of our purpose, and to build partnerships which create once more value. Can you go to the next slide, please? There are some opportunities that we see and we identify that are in front of us. New ships, modernization programs. Admiral Coelho Cândido already provide and share with us some of them. One thing that is really important for shipyard industries is its compliance with the political decisions. I mean, we need stability regarding the military procurement law. It's not possible to work and change permanently this kind of procurement laws. Industry like this type of industry, stability, it's important because allow us to plan better and to compromise with other partners and to prepare better the modernization programs, the new building programs, and all the works and projects that we can do together. There are some initiatives in the industry that we are, of course, knowledge network. It's really important. R&D. We don't have here, unfortunately, so much inside in our home arsenal. But this is something that we are working with the academia, with the universities to complement. Later on, I will show you that. Of course, scale effects, specialization. It's also there are niche markets, because to be competitive for a company with the dimension of arsenal of GPR like arsenal of it, we need to choose and to some specific markets that we can make the difference and have some advantages, competitiveness regarding quality, price, and expertise. We are permanently adapting our business model to the new challenges that we have in front of us, because everything is moving every day. Now we are facing something that is completely unexpected, this pandemic crisis, which for us it's a challenge, and also of course create a lot of difficulties, but simultaneous or in parallel or simultaneously, some opportunities also happen for us, and we work different from the past. We need to reinvent ourselves and find different solutions to proceed with our activity. Okay, innovation, quality, national, international cooperation. These are the key words. There are things that there is no other way. We are not alone. Everything that we do it together with other partners, either national or international. Projects become even more complex, enlarged projects, complex projects, and it's not possible to do everything alone. Only together in a network environment, and that's the way we are doing our daily life and our projects that we have in front of us. Next slide, please. Okay, this is some of the challenges that we have in front of us at this moment that we are facing. I will go try to speed up. So submarine sustaining model. So as probably most of you knows, we are doing for the first time the first intermediate overall of these brand new subs in our shipyard, together with the ThyssenKrupp Marine system. So as now, right now, we have a joint project management team here working together with us in an international environment with other subcontractors, either from us or even from TKMS. This is a very complex project. It's a long-term project, 1 year and a half, 2 years. We also participate in the preparative works of Bartolomeu Dias class. The modernization is right now in Den Helder. We did some preparation works before the ships went to Den Helder, and of course we are developing a logistics sustainability model, taking in consideration that the frigates will the life extension will be 2035 plus, and of course we'd like to prepare and to provide a good answer for maintenance, to keep these ships available for the Portuguese Navy to operate in good conditions. The new OPVs, of course, this is a new building project. There is the integrated logistics support. We think that we can add value. It's as now offered, as you know, it's our core is repairing and maintenance. We are not focusing to build this kind of boats. This is not our core business, but of course there are parts of the projects that we'd like to participate. The last one that we are also working with other international players are the MLU for the Vasco da Gama frigate. This program is very, very important for us because the work will be done, or the program will be developed here in-house in the Naval Force, of course together with the national industry and some international players, no doubt about that. But I think it will be, it's a very stimulating program, and also force the the changing of the mindset and the way we will work in the future. These programs, due to the complexity that they represent, force the changing, and this is good because we are always improving and trying to find new solutions to provide better to give a more efficient answer to the Portuguese Navy and other navies that we are working for. Next slide, please. Of course, we have an investment plan. Our level of ambition for the next 5 years, it's 106 million euro. We have projects already ready to go. We are waiting, as everybody, as I think all knows, in the beginning of next year. We hope that also due to the pandemic crisis, we have a lot of European funds to recover the economy and that operates in several industries. And of course, we would like to apply for these kind of initiatives and funds. We know what should be done from our side, and of course we would like to increase. We need to increase our capacity to do maintenance. I mean, to put the ships on shore side. So our docking capacity needs to improve considerably to give to provide an efficiency answer or response to the demands. So the Portuguese Navy, which is our strategic partner, let me say, the current fleet is already offer us a huge challenge. But if we look to the next upcoming years, as Admiral Coelho Cândido explained, the level of ambition is even higher. So we need to prepare.
We need to go faster. 1 minute to close, please.
Okay, can we go?
Sorry.
Can we go, please? Next slide. This is our strategic triangle. This is the way we think that we can add or help and support economy. So industry, academy, and armed forces, and add value in the center. Can we go? Next slide. Digital transformation. This is a word that also we have been challenged to speak a little bit. So this is our models, the way we are doing. We are developed a lot of applications and concepts and solutions in all these components. Next slide, just trying to fill up the time. Some of the initiatives we are working on the 3D visualization. We have additive material solutions here, scanning, Internet of Things. A lot of new solutions have already incorporated. It's possible. It's very interesting because it's possible to articulate heavyweight industry with these brand new technologies, and this is what we are doing. Which is, in principle, it looks like a little bit a typical or a symmetry, but it's possible to conciliate, and we are doing that. Next slide, please. And the internationalization. So this is very, very important for us. I just mentioned 5 of the countries that we have commercial relationships: Germany, Netherlands, Morocco. We also did some projects from Morocco. We are establishing a relation with the Egyptian Navy because they have the same type of boats, submarines that as the Portuguese Navy has, and we have expertise in that area. And of course, Angola. Thank you very much. Sorry, I hope that I can save some time, and at the end I will open for questions.
Yeah, thank you very much. I think it was very useful for us to understand a little bit about what is the strategy of Arsenal do Alfeita. So now we go to Mr. Renato Mourinho from West Sea. I really ask for a fast presentation since we are already almost on time, and I would like to have at least one or two questions, please. Sorry for
Okay,
this.
thank you, George. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Renato. I'm one of the directors in charge of the naval industry of our group, which core activity is also the steel construction, the oil and gas, and the renewables. But West Sea is a private owner shipyard located in the north of Portugal, and we exist since 2014, when we assumed the subconcession of the land installations of the previous state-owner shipyard. Well, considering the topic of this session, I proposed myself to expose our perspective regarding the future challenges for the national naval industry. And so, well, our business plan for West Sea lies with the objective of building high-spec vessels with high technological added value. We are not interested in vessels with a low level of integration. We just cannot compete with other yards trading, let's say, just steel for steel. It's not our scope, it's not our business. When we are talking about added value, we are thinking about effectively the state of the art of technological incorporation, about a high degree of quality and comfort, about efficiency, and also we want to be a front runner in some segments, for example, the ones related to decarbonization of our society. For example, we have already read conceptual drawings for a river cruise vessel fueled by green hydrogen entirely. And so, indeed, our focus is on cruise vessels with the most advanced commercial equipment to bring comfort and nice experience to passengers, but also on military vessels with the very demanding operational requirements and advanced systems. And also in a third segment, we try to focus also on the conversion of vessels, in particular in what concerns the LNG systems, which is a step forward in decarbonization. So, well, as a matter of fact, regardless the segment of construction, we act as a system integrator. And so it is our job to put together everything wanted from the client, always dealing with the space constraints, the weight limitations, the fluid design versus an operational requirements, and whatsoever in these very demanding segments. But in our perspective, the big deal now is how to incorporate more and more capabilities in much more compact platforms. It induces, of course, more weight on the vessel, more automation, more complexity, less crew, but keeping the same performance as a big requirement from the client. Well, and well, I can open here a parenthesis to say that this is valid either for cruise vessels and for military vessels. The difference is that for cruise vessels, these needs are most confined to machinery spaces, as the objective is to provide a high level of comfort to the passengers. But we're speaking about dynamic positioning, about full automated hybrid PTI, PTO propulsion. We are talking about retractable stabilizers. And in the other hand, for the military vessels, it is extended to all available spaces, each one with a very specific operational purposes. So it's much more complex in terms of design of every and each compartment. Nevertheless, our perception is that this is still not enough. Putting more capabilities in more compact platforms is still not enough, and there is a need for modularity to bring for us as a integrator shipyard an additional layer of challenge for every systems. It will have to be verified the compatibility with the modules within the vessel structure. There will be a need for facilities in the vicinity of the modules, and also we must ensure the proper communication and the systems compatibilities between the vessel and the modules. Well, in the market for us, what can we do? What we foreseen is that the oldest platforms may have a low degree of adaptability, and an extensive retrofit will be necessary for several systems, including the hull itself, with reinforcements or whatsoever. All of this with particular attention to the possibility of incorporation of standard containers, avoiding tailor-made solutions that will bring more complexity, more costs, and most probably a very high risk of non-compliance. But of course, it all depends on client's needs and requirements, especially if he's comfortable enough picking standard equipment modules as a solution that fits him well.
Renato, if
Yes.
we can close, please.
Look,
Sorry.
2 minutes. I have 2 minutes. I'll be very fast, more than the others. So, regarding the new platforms, this capability shall be incorporated in an early design stage. As there is a need to define the proper location and anchor points, we shall make allowance for additional weight without the degradation of the performance, and the vessel's different systems shall be duly designed considering the possible demands from modules. Also the power supply, and very important, the data link and the different protocols between the modules and the vessel. So effectively, the compatibility shall be preserved. It brings us to a possible overcome of the national industry in order to develop specific systems upon Portugal Navy own needs, with of course the possibility of export the concept. This is our vision on how the market can be. But of course, for all of this to function, we industry, we need scalability. We have great engineers, we have great ideas, and despite the general idea that there is a lack of entrepreneurs in Portugal, what we really need is to gain critical mass in strategical areas. And the military programming law is very welcome, as a matter of fact. We do think it will allow a technological breakthrough for modularity. It will facilitate the scalability, especially with the 6 OPVs program. And even with the frigates MAU program, we think there will be an opportunity for everyone. And so we, as a shipyard, we will continue this path as a system integrator with all the necessary and complex equipment, systems, and modules that the client may want, ensuring, of course, the compatibility, that everything works together. But we need also to continue relying on the right partners to leverage our national industry and to embrace this challenge. Companies like the ones that worked with us on the near past for the 2 last OPVs delivered in 2018, like for example, Soft and the AED, for among others. Well, I would like to highlight here what Bruno Pica said. Of course, the integrated logistics support is a big part of this program, and we do think that Arsenal Fate shall be a great partner for this job. With that, I close my presentation. So thank you all.
Thank you, Renato. Thank you very much. We are already a minute past of our time, but I want to express one. I wouldn't say one question because we don't have time for a long explanation. But I think from what we understand, there's 2 big projects in the near future. So the OPV batch 3 that we expect to have in 1 or 2 years, and also the midlife upgrade of the Vasco da Gama frigates. I think it would be very interesting to evaluate how we can continue the discussion of these, especially these 2 topics, but that I think it's the biggest programs that we will have in the naval forces over the next years. Our time is not very good for this discussion now, but I think AED will work together with the rest of the teams, with the rest of the companies and the industries, and even the R&D centers, in order to bring all this knowledge from the Portuguese industry. As Renato mentioned, we are good, we have the capability. I think we are missing the wheel. So AED and the other institutions are here to help also on the brink of all these institutions together for very good projects and very innovative projects in the near future. Sorry for not being having too much questions at this point, but we are already a little bit ahead of schedule. I think we should continue this discussion maybe in a networking interval that we will have in the future. So I will pass to Rui that will present the next workshop. I think already with 3 or 4 minutes delay. Thank you all, and it was very good to hear from you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very